Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 137 of the Toonami Escape podcast. I'm Greg Zeno. Tonight we have B-Dubs,
Hello.
C. Kohler,
Hey guys.
and Seda.
Hello.
And we're all excited for Metroid Prime 4 to be released tomorrow, which is definitely a thing that are going to announce the Nintendo Direct, right?
No,
Yes.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
That's not a thing. Come on.
It's
I'm up for a
100%
Prime
thing.
Trilogy replay, though.
Oh yeah, if they announce that, I'll be like, well, dropping everything else.
Yep, day zero. I hope they would have the option for motion controls, though. I like the pointer.
To be honest, I'd be fine if they didn't.
I mean, yeah, I could live with it, but
They would probably have if they put it out, they're probably going to have to like put in a regular dual joystick solution anyway. Unless they were like, no, fuck you, you have to point a Joy-Con at the screen. That would be terrible.
I could see them doing both.
I mean, yeah, you'll probably be able to point a Joy-Con at the screen, but they better also have the option for you to just use a controller.
I just hope they show Joker gameplay in Smash.
I think that's probable. I mean, it probably shouldn't be too long before he's out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If they want to get all 5 out before the end of the year. Anyway, news. Looks like we might have some episode details on some shows. Black Clover has apparently been listed for 102 episodes.
God help us all.
God help us. We're only halfway through.
I mean, does that actually mean anything, though?
No, because it
Or
was
is it
originally only listed for 52.
I think the thing is that it had actually not been listed as anything. People just assumed.
Yeah, it seems strange that they would even put a number on it then.
Well, if it gets to 102, it's going to be like, they don't actually have enough manga to adapt anymore.
Oh.
That'll do it. Unless they go into filler.
Dude.
Imagine,
Imagine Black Clover filler.
I could see it. It's Perot.
It couldn't possibly be worse. I say that knowing it will be worse.
We were kind of watching filler this week, actually, in a way.
It's true.
Well, we were watching an adaptation of the light novel.
Yeah.
And then apparently Sword Art Online might actually not just have a straight 50 episodes. It might take a break in the middle.
Yep.
Wait,
God.
this isn't... Okay, so I'm confused. I thought that this was done.
No,
Sword Art Online? No.
It's an ongoing series. Okay.
Yes, it's still airing.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I think in Japan it's like on episode like 15-ish, something like that.
Oh, wow, that low. Okay.
Yeah, it just
If you'd have told me there were
October.
36 episodes of this and the series was over, I'd have believed you.
No, it's what we believe is that it's 50 episodes, but it looks like it might not just air 50 in a row.
Oh, okay.
There's going to be a break.
It's definitely. I think that's the first time an Aniplex show, which we haven't had that many, but
Yeah.
we usually get them way later. So
Yeah.
that is surprising.
It is. I guess, you know what? In a way, it actually is good that I didn't realize this show was so new. So that's good for potential new viewers and ratings and things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's just about it for news. Unless there's something else that I'm forgetting.
I can't think of anything noteworthy that's going on. The big news this week is going to be coming up here in a few minutes when we talk about the big 1 hour premiere that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently there's still rumors about the mob 1 hour thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was that thing where some random Twitter account was like, "Hey, check it out! The Mob Psycho 100 OVA is airing this Saturday," and we were all like, "What?" for a second, and it turns out that guy didn't know shit.
Well, the weird thing about it was that the Crunchyroll account retweeted it.
Yes.
And then the main Mob Psycho account that usually keeps up to date on like the actual news in Japan, also tweeted it. And then they deleted the tweets. And then even further, they kind of posted a follow-up after that saying we'll have more info later. Stay tuned. Like,
so how much of that is their social media guys not knowing exactly what's going on?
And I thought I saw a tweet from Funimation posted somewhere that was like, the OAV isn't even dubbed.
Yeah, there's like, what? We didn't dub that.
Yeah. So I don't think that's happening.
What I think happened is that dude doesn't know American TV and thought they would just go straight into that, and it's like that's not how TV works here.
Nope.
Anyway, please get season 2. It's really good.
Oh yeah, Seda, did you wait? Seda, did you see where we ranked Mob Psycho?
It was right above One Punch Man, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's like number fifth place.
It's our new number 5.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
I am okay with it. I didn't really gel with the series until like the second to last episode, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's interesting. I was just curious. Okay, go ahead.
It's because the whole discussion was like, it's better than One Punch Man, so. But anyway, Dragon Ball Super.
Yay.
Dragon Ball Super episode 97, Survive. The Tournament of Power finally begins. In this episode, a bunch of silhouettes punching each other and some dudes. Tournament of Power.
Have you guys all got your latest Godpad minis?
Pop quiz, everyone. Name all 80 of the contestants.
Um,
You did this last week.
There's actually only like 78 contestants because one of the squads only has 8 people.
No. They were like, that's weird. They appear to only have 8. They're like, oh no, that's weird.
They have
the energy of 2 more.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Yeah, they said some of those people. Somebody said that they could sense more people than there were. And that's the thing with this episode. Somebody said something. I couldn't tell you who said what. There's just so many characters going on.
And we don't know any of them outside of, our universe and the other universe.
I kind of don't mind that too much, though. I mean, like, obviously there's main characters that we have to care about, like Jiren. But then all of these other characters, I don't need them all to have a backstory, especially the stupid kicking wolf people. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the actual pop quiz. Name the 2 characters who were eliminated in this episode.
I can't name them. I mean, I know one of them was like a girl that had like fairy wings. She got knocked off first. And then the second person, who was it?
It was some like monster dude that tried to like suicide off the ring with Goku, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
right,
it was from the same team. Or no, he was from the mouse team. The guy, the mouse destruction god guy, yeah.
So, congratulations, Rylabu. You suck as the first person to get eliminated from the tournament.
At least it wasn't Krillin.
At least it wasn't Tien.
It's pretty stupid when you think about it, too, because she was one of like only 2 people who could actually fly.
She's like, shit, I forgot. And then this other dude is named Nink. When your name is Nink, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win the Tournament of Power. I'm just saying.
How many of these do you think Toriyama came up with?
She-Ren.
I could see that.
Maybe the major players.
Yeah.
Like the major players.
So this
everybody
took place in like 1 minute.
So Universe 7, Gohan tries to be all smart about it and be like, let's all put ourselves back to back, and and then everybody's just like, screw this.
Yeah, all the strong guys were like, nah, screw you guys. I'm gonna
Goku's like, sorry, Gohan, I'm gonna go fight.
It's like, yes, I've made you team leader, but I'm gonna go do my own thing now. Screw the plan.
Remember your place, Gohan. And so that's kind of the episode. I suspect a lot of these are going to go like this because it's going to be a bunch of fighting and not much else.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be some hype moments here and there.
Yeah, I like the little bit with Beerus and Whis all being smug about the fact that he's not going to get destroyed regardless.
Yeah, you don't care.
Why are the angels being spared? I don't even understand.
Because they're like
they're just there to like observe and advise. Like they're not actually, part of the universes.
They're part of the like actual like universe omniversal god crew.
So they kind of while these ones don't directly report to Zeno, they're kind of on that level that they could.
Mm-hmm.
I think they kind of do.
Yeah, like they report to Grand Priest dude who reports to Zeno.
The one that's the announcer.
Yeah. I love the fact that in that like famous Gohan Blanco comic, like at one point, like one of the panels is just the Grand Priest has hulked out and is like like he's actually fighting. Like, and I just love the idea of the Tournament of Power going so crazy that he's just like, okay, fuck this, I'm beating someone to death.
Like there was a long time that people thought he was the secret big bad, and that the Zenos aren't really doing something this crazy. Like it's the Grand Priest wants to destroy the universes so he can take over the multiverse or whatever craziness.
He just goes full Broly and he's like, all right, Vegeta.
Yeah, like El Grande Padre.
But yeah. Bunch of just an absurd amount of dudes.
And some girls too.
I mean, yes.
Also, it was kind of stupid but funny at the same time that like we would always cut to shots of like Goku and other people wandering around, and just in the background there's just nothing but explosions.
Like how does the Grand Priest even commentate this?
Yeah.
Like something is happening somewhere at all times, and you're just like, check out this Nink dude. He's got Goku in an arm lock.
Yeah. And the only person he'd be commenting to is the Zenos.
Hey, maybe they're all capable of comprehending and speaking so fast they can actually commentate everything at the same time.
Yeah, maybe.
Anything else?
There was some good music in this episode too.
Yeah, I've heard this Tournament of Power get some good tunes.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's all I have. I mean, it's just I'm glad it started. It's kind of exciting. It's not super exciting, but it's kind of exciting. Jiren just standing there where everybody's like flying around. He doesn't give a crap.
Yeah. I wonder if you'll continue to say, man, this is so exciting after the 11th episode of, man, some more dudes I don't know just got knocked out of the ring.
I don't know. I probably won't, but at the same time, I kind of like just seeing these weird characters. I think I've said this from the very beginning of Dragon Ball Super. It's just like, I like seeing more new characters in this series because it's just, you get so tired of just seeing the core group, the Z Fighters, over and over. It's like neat to see new people.
Yeah.
I understand that. It kind of makes the world or universes feel bigger than it had in the past. So
yeah,
rather than having everything focused so much on like you said, like the same 8 people.
Right, and because that's usually how it always went. It was always like there's one new villain, and then they're fighting the same people over and over.
So yeah, how about some Boruto? Naruto Next Generation's episode 17. Run, Sarada! In this episode, Sarada is a stay-at-home mom. She has to take care of her grown-up child, Sakura, who can't do anything right.
Okay.
And her idea of a day trip is, let's go to this bench. Remember Sasuke? That was cool.
Yeah, remember Sasuke, the guy who knocked you up, and you married him or something maybe, and then your whole relationship revolved around you liking him and him just sort of being there from time to time on your 2-minute long date you had with him on this bench.
Like, how did they even get pregnant if, like, he's been there for 2 minutes, you know? Like, damn.
Dude, the Sharingan can do a lot of things.
Eye hacks.
Cheating.
You know, to be fair though, I actually thought this episode was pretty good. It wasn't great, but it was good. I liked finally getting a real introduction to this character. And you know what? As terrible as Sakura is, she wasn't that bad in this episode. She was actually kind of like an aloof mother, so it was appropriate. And she did sound different too. It's the same voice actor, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think she did a good job of changing the voice, because we've complained about some characters like last episode where they don't sound any different, and this time she sounded appropriately older, I thought.
So most of this episode was Sarada trying to retrieve this doll she's supposed to deliver to the hospital while also not looking like a doofus in front of Boruto and crew.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's got to maintain that air of professionalism, I guess.
I think she gets this from her dad. Her whole, like, gotta be cool all the time.
Probably.
And that's Boruto again.
I mean, this arc is going to get better.
I do think it was kind of awkward how Sakura was going, like, this was like her first trip away from home in a while or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like all it was, you know, like, hey, remember your date with Sasuke? I just want you to sit here and think about it. That was it. Like that was her trip.
And she apparently had a great time too, which is also weird.
Like they didn't do anything. It was just literally like, you had your first date here. I'm going to let you sit on this chair. I'm going to go away now. Like that was your trip.
That's how thirsty she is. Even that's enough for Sakura.
Please admire this bench.
Wait, I forget.
Please continue admiring this bench.
Was this the episode with the photograph thing?
Nope.
No.
Are you sure? I thought I saw it.
Nope.
Oh, all right.
I'm assuming the photograph thing ties into the whole
in like the picture
fake
frame.
out.
I'm
what
you're thinking
you're alluding to a fake out of.
Yeah, what you're referring to, I think, is there's a shot in the ending of Sarada holding a photograph.
I guess,
and maybe that's what you saw.
Maybe it was the next time thing that I'm thinking of, because there's the photograph in the episode of Sarada, Sasuke, and Sakura.
Yeah, that's the thought. Maybe that's coming up, but I'm just saying in the ending there is a shot of Sarada holding a photograph, and what's her face is in the background. So yeah.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, did you guys like ninja EDM music playing in the background of this episode?
That is extremely distracting, I've got to say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then yeah. Chocho has an amazing ability to bring everything back to whatever fucking weird-ass Pringles she's eating at the moment.
Hey, those are not Pringles, because then they'd be in the can.
Ninja Pringles.
They're not Ninja Pringles, they'd be in the can.
Okay, fine. They're Ruffles.
She's also very, like, street smart, like, in a way that these other characters aren't.
Yeah, like, she's not a dumbass.
Yeah, she seems like really, even though she's kind of a goofy character, she's definitely more in the know about how things work in this world than most of the characters.
Yeah. Like, she's obviously the brains of that outfit.
But yeah, I'm sorry. I struggle to find things to say about Boruto.
Well, I mean, I think this is just a transitional episode leading into a new arc, so... And just setting up, like I said, this is basically our first introduction to what Sarada is like and what her life is like. So we've gotten the Boruto part, we've gotten the Mitsuki part, and now we're getting her.
Feels like she should have been one of the first, but
yeah, well,
Guess maybe we haven't. We actually no. We did decide already that she's part of the team this season, right? Like even when the manga came out, it was definitely like that, right?
What do you mean?
You're right. That wasn't actually part of the Boruto manga. That was Naruto Gaiden.
I'm confused.
I'm confused too.
I mean,
Mind.
I never knew that she wouldn't be part of the team. Like, I think
you mean
ever since the
Sari?
original like promotion artwork, these three were always together, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure it was a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't exactly hide it well.
Because obviously you're going to remake the Jiraiya, Tsunade, Orochimaru trio again. Anyway. You guys want to talk about My Hero Academia?
Yeah.
All right.
My Hero Academia, episode 36, Stripping the Varnish. To start off this episode, the principal turns into a supervillain.
I like that.
The best GIF. Just evil. That should just be in the internet dictionary. Evil laughing GIF. Just him with tea.
he's unhinged.
So he was a lab rat who got experimented on by humans, and it's perfectly safe to have him be the principal of the superhero school.
Well, yeah. I thought that was interesting. He's not human at all.
Nope.
They said he's an animal that has a quirk.
Yep.
Which I didn't even think could happen, and I think they said it's like one of the rare cases of this happening where just an ordinary animal has a quirk. I thought that, I don't know, that's really interesting. I just thought he was just like all these other animal-based humans, you know?
Nope. Actual rat.
Huh.
Or dog or bear.
Dog, rat, bear.
And apparently, yeah, you're right. They said he got experimented on because of this, and so now he has like a sort of secret resentment of humanity.
Yep.
That he from time to time likes to take out on people.
Like poor Kirishima and Mina, who are not smart.
No, you're right. I actually didn't put that together until recently when you said that she was like at the bottom of the class academically. Yeah, these two are definitely the dummies of Class 1A. So it made perfect sense to put them up against someone who is literally smarter than any human.
He's so smart, he can actually cause chain reactions miles away by slamming a wrecking ball into things. So
I mean, it's mean-spirited to pick him, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't actually feel like this was fair.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know how they were supposed to win here.
Well, it's kind of the next episode, too. Nothing fair about this next fight.
Hey, man, they can run away.
Maybe.
But here, they can't run away, and they can't actually find him. Maybe that was the thing. Maybe that's what they were supposed to do, actually go to him.
You're right. Actually, every other fight, there was always a way to undo it. But these two... So does this mean they don't get to go on the camping trip or whatever?
No, they don't.
Oh.
They're definitely not in that arc.
Well, of course that happened, but then of course the real meat of this episode was the big climactic thing with everyone's favorite character.
Everyone's favorite character, Rat Baby.
Rat Baby.
He sucks. I hope he suffocates on that tape.
He never will.
No. It was a clever ruse, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny, not in an intended way, but in a I'm watching this show way funny that they're trying to give Mineta characterization and a motivation, but it's just so surface level bad. It's he just wants to be attracted to, or be attractive to girls. Well, that's his whole reason to be a hero.
I've got bad news.
Well, I mean, some people can, you guys know who Danny DeVito is.
Well, I mean, he's Danny DeVito. He's at least funny.
Danny DeVito is also rich.
Yes, funny and rich.
I think that's Mineta's plan. His Mineta plan has become super popular. I mean, it's never going to work, but his plan is to become a super popular hero, so he's filthy rich and girls will be attracted to him. That's his plan.
But he'll never be funny, so
Yeah.
Or good. As
also
a hero.
true.
There's also Punk Girl and Rock Dudes fight against David Caruso.
Oh yeah.
He just starts off with a like straight up a CSI Miami yell. Yeah! And they beat him with insects, and also Rock Dude can talk.
I did not even know that was possible.
Apparently he can talk a lot, because he just goes down. He's talking to those insects, and he's just blabbering it out.
Yeah, at first I thought that was him talking in insect speak, but then Earphone Jack heard him talk. He's like, "You can talk?"
I love the fact that his mom is also just some sort of rock human, and it's great. He has an adorable crush on this punk rocker girl.
He's got to come from somewhere.
You know what was weird about that scene that it kind of bothered me was at the very end, after they won, he was carrying her out. There's no reason for him to be doing that. She could have just walked out.
She can't be bothered.
Hey, she's got inner ear damage. She can't balance, I guess. I don't know.
Well, maybe. You know what? Actually, that could be it. Yeah. Maybe her inner ear was damaged, so she couldn't stand up. Yeah.
Also, holy fuck, he blew out her eardrums, dude. What the
I
fuck?
know. Well, I thought about that too. I'm like, damn, this is brutal. But then they have that freaking nurse.
If Recovery Girl just keeled over, they would have to close the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be in trouble.
Sato, what did you think of this episode?
It was okay. I didn't really have any strong feeling on it, except the Mineta stuff was obnoxious.
This is an episode about some characters who exist, and none of them are even like. Oh yeah. Also, there was the fight. I completely forgot about Invisible Girl and Arms Dude.
Oh yeah, they won.
They won, thanks to the incredibly obvious strategy of Invisible Girl becoming invisible.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I don't know how Snipe fell for that.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't really fall for it, but I mean, he figured it out, but just too late.
Right.
He's like, this guy shouldn't be surrendering. They're up to something, and then boop, too late. I can totally see how Invisible Girl could have got into UA though, and there are other people who have a harder time figuring out. But I could see her, quirk being useful enough to, especially for this kind of stuff where you need to sneak up on an enemy.
I think what she did was the robots couldn't see her, so she just ran around pulling the right wire out.
Yeah, I mean, I think they even said it had like deactivation buttons on them, so she probably was just pushing buttons.
Pressed them,
Yes, but here's the thing. How do they know it was her?
Heat vision, or
I was gonna say, does she give off heat?
Well, she probably would have had to just do the whole I'm just wearing gloves thing. You can tell it's me because it's the gloves, but the robots can't tell. Robots are dumb.
Maybe.
Right.
And so next week we get to see All Might just ruthlessly destroy 2 small children.
The thing is, though, he's All Might, so even though he's going to probably try hard, he's not going to do anything really evil. Because he's All Might.
He's not going to try too hard.
Some of those teachers were getting a little bit too into the whole I'm a villain thing.
Yeah. This is true.
Midnight especially.
Midnight is almost a villain.
This is true. Yeah.
She is a villainess who is working at a hero school.
Like one bad day and she's there.
She reminds me of the Baroness from G.I. Joe.
I have never seen G.I. Joe.
Oh my god, damn it.
Dude, I was born in 93.
Okay. The Baroness looks pretty much like Midnight. Long black hair, she wears glasses, she's got like a Russian accent, and she's kind of like the femme fatale kind
Does she probably use a whip?
I don't remember. I don't think so. This was a children's cartoon, so no. But she just has that kind of air.
Well, anyway, it's time to talk about the thing you came here for. Sword Art Online! Sword Art Online Alicization Episode 1, Underworld. This episode starts off with some shit, I guess. I don't know. They assaulted me with proper nouns, and I was not paying attention. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, like 15 minutes, they cut a tree and then have lunch, and then they went on a walk.
Well, they did a lot to set up this virtual world that Kirito is experiencing. And to the show's credit, I will say that while it was very confusing why they started with this and didn't explain it, they later explained why it was that way, which is this whole thing where Kirito is going into this experimental gear and he's experiencing a virtual world, but then as a result of the way this stuff works, he can't remember what happens in that world, which, by the way, is the dumbest thing a person could do.
It doesn't appear that he realizes he's in a virtual world when he's in there either.
No, right. I don't. Well, yes, I think you're right. I think they don't. Although, for some reason, they do understand things like being able to tap in thin air and bring up menus and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's just standard isekai thing where video games are in the world and everyone just kind of deals with it.
Yeah.
I will say they probably could have shaved 15 minutes off of that episode.
I don't think we needed the picnic.
No, I mean, like, they could have cut. I think they could have had the tree stuff and the picnic and the walk, and then most of what came after, but squeeze it into a shorter time frame, because it did feel like it dragged on a little much.
I think my only complaint with that first part was that, like you said, Grex, is that they info dump so much lore about this virtual world.
And it's the anime way of info dumping, where it's a bunch of stuff that when you read the script, it's all capitalized.
Yeah, and it's like, I can't remember any of the names of these places or people or things. It's like
Integrity Night, Underworld, Dark Place, Church. Yeah. I can't remember anything.
I'm sure in a couple episodes this stuff will maybe start to make more sense, but it's just a lot to take in out of the gate. It's like, oh my gosh.
So
they need to go.
So obviously it's Sword Art Online, so they're bored. They decide to go look for ice.
Yeah.
Because that's super exciting. Let's go find some ice.
But that's what I was talking about. That's so weird. It's like the world operates in this fantasy setting where they're like, oh no, we don't have ice in the summertime. That would be crazy. Oh no, but there's ice in the magic cave, and it's like all that stuff. But then from time to time they'll just be like, how many more hit points does this tree have? It's like, what? Do you live in a magic world or not?
The tree literally has a Google hit points.
Yeah. So it's like I think what I'm getting at is that it feels like what they're setting up here is that the people who are in this virtual world, like you said, may not know that they're in it at the time, and that they just accept that this is their reality. That, like, because here's the other thing I'm going off this too, because in the promo for this show that they aired last week, they said there's a shot where Kirito is like, log out. And one of the other characters is like, what does that mean? And so it's like they just, the ability to pull up like on-screen dialogue boxes and stuff is just something they accept as a part of their reality. They don't understand it's a game.
Yes.
Oh, so that actually makes it sound like Kirito does realize he's inside the game.
Well, I think I think he will at some point. Yeah. I don't think he's there yet. That's what I'm saying. Right. I think he hasn't. I think when he's diving in it now, he doesn't know it at the time, but I think something's going to click and he's going to remember. Because they set that up in this episode too, like that he can't remember what the world is, but he's starting to. And he's like, "Oh yeah, there's something about a girl, something I got to do." You
said Alice in Wonderland, and that made me remember, or that like something is Alice made me think of something. I don't know what it is yet.
But I got to stress this again. First of all, why is Kirito doing this? Like, who is seeking out Kirito to be their beta tester for this stuff?
Well, he's a dirty beater. He has experience.
I guess. So that's my first question. And my second question is, if someone told you that. Well, by the way, what was the name of the company? It's like Wrath or something.
It was literally Wrath. And it's like,
the trusting company that everyone loves, Wrath.
Yeah, I'm just my job at Wrath, getting put into into the what was that thing from Star Trek? Into the holodeck to determine the human soul, which by the way is a thing. It's called a flucklight.
Yeah,
that's not how that works.
Anyway, so he goes to work for the prestigious Wrath company, and he's like, and somebody comes to him and they go, which apparently he's never seen anyone. He's probably talking to them over the intercom or something.
Yeah.
What?
And they're like, okay,
we're gonna put this, and that's even more ridiculous.
No, I mean, this is basically a Saw thing. Like, I'm just kind of waiting. Like, he's gonna wake up from his virtual dream or whatever, and he'll be okay. But then it's gonna be like, oh wait, he has to go, save Asuna, and in order to do that, he has to go through Jigsaw's puzzles. Doom.
So somebody's explaining to him Flucklight, and they're like, okay, by the way, so what I want you to do...
We skipped the entire point where they choose the wrong cave, end up in the evil area, Alice trips, and her nail touches the bad place, and the Spanish Inquisition comes in.
Yeah.
No. Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, and then her dad just gives her up like it's nothing.
Yeah, the Spanish Inquisition is like, put her in the leather bondage armor.
He sold his daughter.
It literally cut straight to he just did it.
But again, I didn't get to finish what I was saying though. Like, so Kirito goes to Wrath, and they're like, okay, well, what we want you to do is we want you to get into this pod, and we're going to hook you up to this machine, and you're going to dive like you normally do into your games, except you don't get to know and remember anything that happens in that dream. And when you wake up, you're not going to remember anything. Are you ready? Okay, let's do it. And he agreed to that. Like, I'm sorry. If you were going to put me into some kind of gear that was going to make something happen to me in my brain, and then I came out and I wouldn't remember any of it, what the hell were you doing to me in there?
Well, I mean, this show does have a history of like weird rape stuff, so
Right?
Oh, no.
And I'm like, why does he agree to? And like after he does it, he's like, oh, I don't remember anything. I think I'd be a little concerned. I'd be like, well, wait, what happened?
I also like how they laid it on thick. How like both of the girls were like, you look so thin. It's like, I wonder what's happening there.
Yeah. That doesn't seem right.
He realizes Wrath may not be all that it appears to be when suddenly he wakes up, and then like the walls fall over and he's on the film set.
But with a name like Wrath, how could you not trust them?
Well, I mean, he trusts Kayaba, and Kayaba tried to kill him for no reason. So we're not exactly dealing with, an intelligent person here.
I love Kayaba was just trying to discover the true nature of the soul.
I love that they name drop Kayaba.
Oh yeah, what's her? I'm just gonna call her Xenon because that's what her character's name is.
Oh, okay.
But she's just like, oh yeah, I went to visit my friend, the creepy rapist dude who tried to kill and rape me. He's my friend.
That's not. I'm like, he tried to rape and then murder you, and you're still like, yeah, he's my boy. That's my friend. Like no.
And then Asuna has like an app on her phone so that she can monitor Kirito's heartbeat at all times, which I'm sure is going to play into something later.
Oh yeah, I mean, she's going to look at it in episode 2 and be like, "Oh wait, his heart's still beating. Good."
Oh no, she's not smart. No, she's not going to do that.
Imagine if she thinks he's dead for multiple episodes before checking the app.
Oh, that's 100% going to happen.
Oh,
you know that's going to, and then they're going to somehow hack the app in order to find him.
I was not also expecting to hear the name Death Gun again.
Or what about the Laughing Guild thing? the guild who laughs or whatever.
It's me, totally not villain, Johnny Black.
Johnny Black.
And then Kirito like reaches for his sword and forgets that he's actually in reality.
Oh god! And then he has the umbrella and he stabs the guy in the leg instead of the chest.
Xenon made a finger gun, and that was the big deal because she didn't realize she did it. Remember the finger guns?
She's afraid of finger guns.
But why did Kirito not stab him in the chest? Why did he stab him in the leg?
Because Kirito's too pure-hearted to kill someone in cold blood.
Just he's trying to kill, or at least get him in the gut. You know, like he won't die if you stab him in the gut. You know, you can call an ambulance.
Hey, Kirito, have you ever heard of this thing called an actual gun?
Well, they're in Japan. There's laws.
Hey, he's worked for the Japanese government. He can probably be like swing some things.
I still can't get over that. I do not understand why Kirito is like the most important person in the real world. Like he played a video game and like won.
No, he barely won.
Yeah, but I mean,
I guess when you're the guy who who rescued everyone from Sword Art Online, okay, maybe they did beat the dude. He did beat the guy,
and I guess
the guy lost. He didn't beat him.
Maybe this is insinuating because like Asuna and him are married now, right?
I have no idea what the status of the relation. I think they maybe got married in the game, but I thought
they were married in real life.
I don't think they are. It's just
okay.
They got married in the game, and they're sort of like, well, we're basically engaged, married, maybe not official yet,
but we're 17 and a half. So,
but okay,
we have a daughter in the virtual app.
Where is she? I can't wait to see Nui.
Guess what? They're going to jump down the tree, and she's going to pop out and be like, "Yeah!"
Oh no!
Can't wait, Mommy, Daddy. But one thing they did set up too is that apparently Kirito is thinking of going and taking work in America because us America Gaijins have got the best tech.
You see, in America, they don't have this stupid stuff called regulation.
No.
But what I was going to say though is that it feels like I get the impression that Kirito and Asuna are more like college age now. I'm not sure if that's true, but it feels like it.
I don't know. I kind of felt like it was senior year high school.
But I mean, he's like working all these like big jobs.
Also, they were at the bar. They were at a bar, and they were. Yeah, it looked like they had drinks.
They were drinking fruit punch.
Yeah, I mean, I think they are. I think they're probably college age.
I mean, they know the owner of the bar.
Somehow, like the bar.
No, he was in the game with them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Klein came back.
Oh, thank God. And then he left because we're not allowed to have good things.
Okay, so it takes place in 20. Okay, he is.
Oh, Seda, what did you think of the Fluck lights?
Okay, look, I want.
The show takes place in like 2026. I remember that popped up.
So he is like about to be 18.
Oh, there's 17.
Oh, okay. So
he is either 18 or about to be because.
So he is high school.
Birthday October 27th. October 7th. I'm sorry.
I don't get the impression that he's going to school.
This takes place in June, so he is, 17 in like 10. Let's say 9 months.
Okay, so he's not out of high school technically.
Yeah, because, well,
I mean, he might be.
There was that whole thing where, they spent like a year or two in the game. So.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they're just messed up.
Remember, they have to go to the school for people who got stuck.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Because they went to that special school for SAO survivors.
All right. Anyway, I want to hear Seda's thoughts on Flux Light.
Why?
Because it's funny.
I just want to hear anyone talk about it. It's stupid.
It's like light in your brain cells. It's your soul.
Light in every cell.
Is that how it works?
Wait, it was every cell? I thought it was brain cells specifically.
Maybe. This does not deserve this type of detail.
It absolutely does.
Congratulations, company. You've discovered the actual physical medium for the human soul. What are you gonna call it?
This is unrelated, but I maybe this makes more sense to Japan, but they say the word wrath and the word underworld those are references to Alice in Wonderland. Those aren't Alice in Wonderland is not the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear wrath and underworld.
No, not at all. I think of the rabbit and tea time and the Queen of Hearts and off with her head.
I think you're you're unfortunately realizing that the author of this thinks that everyone would know this.
Wait, did he never read Alice in
Well,
Wonderland?
maybe,
No. I'm saying he's put it together, but the reader hasn't.
maybe classical literature in Japan, when they think of, I don't know, maybe Alice in Wonderland has some weirder, higher pedestal there, and they think of these things. I doubt it.
Well, I think it's more like JoJo, where like Araki just loves to throw out crazy random trivia.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like, oh, of course, it's Underworld. Remember Alice in Wonderland? It's like the narrator in JoJo who just throws out like random facts that most people wouldn't think to know.
Desert sand is sterile.
It also reminds me of this is a tangent of 999, the video game, where like these characters just know these random tidbits that like happen to be perfectly useful in their situation. Like, come on.
Have you ever heard of Ice 9?
Actually, yes.
Okay, well, anyway, my thoughts on this episode were pretty much exactly what I expected it to be in both the best and worst ways. Like, I'm actually glad this is on the block. I can't wait to see more of this. It's stupid, but also kind of entertaining at the same time.
Oh, it's so dumb.
I wish this had replaced Megalobox instead of Mob Psycho.
Yes. Agreed. I'm not looking forward to Megalobox coming back.
I would enjoy this way more if Mob Psycho was on at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, again, the production values in this show are good. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an ugly show. It's just so terribly stupid. I'm sorry, I keep laughing at Fuck Lights.
Fuck Lights.
That's what I keep almost calling it. Oh, God.
Let's talk about JoJo.
Do we have to? Can we stay here?
No.
Because, I mean, it's been a while since we had a legitimately, like, hate watch show that we could, really
this wasn't hate.
Like.
This wasn't hate watch yet. Come on, like, it's stupid in the bed.
Dude, there's already been some plot holes.
Dude, it's so far. It's been stupid in the entertaining SAO ways. It hasn't gotten to the that's right. Fuck this bullshit. Yet.
I mean, we still have a few episodes for that. Well, I mean, he did stab the guy in the leg instead of the,
Right now, we can still laugh at ha ha ha, Fluck Lights, ha ha ha. Asuna literally has a stalker app on her phone.
Well, I mean, he stabbed that guy in the leg, and then the guy collapsed like he's dead. I'm like,
it was a rice and umbrella.
That's not where the heart is. That's not like you.
Dude, if I stabbed you in the leg, you'd fall down too. There's no doubt.
It would hurt a lot, and I'd be like screaming and shit. I wouldn't drop like you stabbed me in the chest.
I probably would.
Also, Kirito's got mad practice with the sword in his virtual worlds. I'm sure he knew right where to hit him. Right in his like artery in his leg.
You would think that...
But that's the wrong spot for that.
You would think that he could have, I don't know, blocked his attack with the syringe?
That probably would have been better.
I feel like the syringe, even if it has a poison, it would be really hard to, like... I'm trying to imagine, like, get a clean hit with it. To get
I don't think that was poison, though. I think that was a sedative.
Well, I mean, then he's fine.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was explained, but that's my impression.
I think it was the poison drug. It was the drug they used to kill people. Do the death gun thing.
Well, I'm assuming it'll explain more in the next episode.
Yeah,
that was the very end.
What I predict is that they're going to be like, "Shit, he's going to die if we don't go put him into Underworld immediately."
Yeah, that's 100% what I think is going to happen.
You're right, because they talked about using it for medical applications. Also, one thing I forgot to mention too that they brought up in this episode.
You think they gave him super AIDS?
No,
it's a cure for super AIDS.
The other thing about being in the Flux Light pod is that you experience time at accelerated rate, like in a dream.
The thing is, like, he says that, but he doesn't remember it. So it's
so it's like
he just taken. He has at this point. He's just taking their word for it.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably telling him things like, "Oh, when you're in there, you're just having a grand old time." It's
sometimes
great.
I actually this actually does happen to me. I like, oh, I just dreamed something. I don't remember what it was, but I feel like it was way longer than the time I was asleep.
Right. Okay, yeah. But what Seda is saying though,
he doesn't remember any of it.
They're saying
he remembered he remembers he has a dream and it felt very long.
But yeah, I have one question about that. How does that make him skinnier?
Well, I'm assuming that's a mid-season detail. They'll tell us like it's eating away at his life or something.
The machine is sucking out his life.
Yeah.
Okay.
His pluck light is reserved.
They're harvesting his pluck light.
Well, they're probably like sucking out his freaking life essence using that pod, and they're not telling him.
I hope they're paying him. Like, do you think this is an unpaid internship?
No.
Yes.
Rapist should be trusted.
You think he's actually going to ask for money for this kind of thing? Like he's probably like, this could kill you. Then they're like, this could kill you, and he's like, sign me up.
We haven't seen anyone from Wrath yet, have we?
No. It's going to be Kayaba. Secretly.
Yes.
Like he escaped somehow, and like he's not. There's two of him. It's like the Ansem thing from Kingdom Hearts, where they've got the version on the internet.
It's Kayaba's brother, Yaikuba.
Dude, I could totally see. I mean, you're joking, but I could totally see it because, like, it makes perfect sense. Because Kayaba was using his technology to save what's her face. Remember the Knights, the Sleeping Knights.
Yeah. Super AIDS girl.
Yeah. I mean, that was his whole plan. So this is just another version of that.
No, that's not. It was something that's the whole stupid thing was that it was like, oh, he made the technology, but he doesn't actually know anything about her.
Yeah. No,
but I'm just saying that was his plan, was to use deep dive stuff as a form of medical equipment.
No. Remember, he straight up didn't even know why he did anything.
Yeah. No, they discovered that they could use it for that. But honestly, I'm dead ass. I'm half expecting there to be two of him now, and one of him's out in the real world doing shit, and the other is, the Kayaba on the interwebs, and it's gonna be like some fucking Ansem shit. It's gonna end with like, "Pluck light is light," and then internet. Kayaba's gonna die or something. I don't know. Or Kirito's gonna join him, and
I don't want to sound like a broken record, but if I was Kirito and I was stuck in SAO for a year of my life, the last thing I would want to do is put on experimental deep dive gear.
Yes, but he keeps doing it. So I'm sorry.
I think it was 2 years, wasn't it?
Oh God, it was 2 years.
Even worse.
And
he's 17, so that's a pretty significant chunk of his life so far.
Yeah, and he keeps going back. That's like it. Okay, he went in once to save Asuna. I'm like, okay, whatever. He's got to save his girlfriend. That's fine. But then he keeps going back. Why does he keep going back?
Oh, and I like that Gun Gale Online is still a thing too. I guess there's no reason not for it to be, but it's just
this is the thing they continue to play on a daily basis.
Yeah,
right. Because it's like Fortnite or whatever. Yeah, only without the cool dances that they stole from other people.
No, you see, they had to take the dances out when Backpack Kid. Jojo.
Death Gun is still there, though.
Jojo.
No.
Shut up.
Death Gun.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable Episode 22. Yoshikage Kira Just Wants to Live Quietly Part 2. In this episode, brutal murder. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, he blew his ass up.
I like how his ability is just so straightforward. Like, yeah, I can turn anything into a bomb.
Here's a coin. It's a bomb. It's a doorknob, a bomb.
Everything is I made your clothing a bomb.
Seda, I liked when you were like completely missed it, and you were like, "Wait, what was his ability again?" And it's like straight up, he just turns things into bombs.
Yeah,
that's simple.
It's not complicated.
Well, to be clarified though, it's not just a bomb. It's like a magic bomb that blows only the person up and nobody else notices.
Right. But, it's still fairly straightforward for a JoJo power,
Yeah.
Like, it's not like deconstructing something and putting it back together. It's not, whatever the hell that food guy's power was. Like, it's very simple. And I like, the comparison to Josuke's power, because, like, one will blow people up, the other will put them back together. It's, it's a good thing they got going there.
Yeah, it's very fitting power, too, because it explains how Kira was able to never be seen for so long. Anybody who notices him, he can just eliminate them.
Yeah,
and there's no, like, people are just like, oh, that person went missing.
Yeah, and his power is so good, like, it's very stealthy, so, it's very befitting of a serial killer, because going into it, I'm kind of like, okay, they got to fight a serial killer. It's just a punch ghost, right? How's this going to work? And it's like, no, he turns things into bombs. I'm like, there you go.
He also has an RC car bomb.
Yes, he does.
I had a random question. So Yoshikage Kira, that's his Japanese name in reverse. Like,
well,
right?
I mean, it's not really reverse. It's reversed in that Japanese
English,
family name.
Well,
the given name.
Kind of interesting because they call him. He calls himself Yoshikage Kira, but then they say Josuke Higashikata. Like, they flip that for us, right?
Well, So the question that Sada's really asking is Kira his family name?
Ooh.
Like, I was just wondering if they're just stylistically keeping his name in Japanese order, family name.
Let me look at that.
So, I was just curious. I mean,
I'm curious too. I'm actually that's a good question.
This is interesting.
I would assume they would be consistent.
Kira is the family name.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it. You just
because in Japanese it's Kira Yoshikage.
Okay. It sounded reversed to me.
Yoshikage doesn't sound like a first name either.
Yeah, Kira sounds like a more like a first name, I guess, to me. Okay, but that makes sense because if they're being consistent.
Yeah.
Yoshikage means literally God Yoshi.
Yoshi.
No, it doesn't. That would also be a good power for a serial killer. Just like eating people and turning them into eggs.
We got some good Joseph in this episode too.
Joseph?
Or not Joseph, sorry. I meant Jotaro.
Yeah. It's a bunch of Koichi being like, how does me, a 3-foot-tall high schooler, relate to this hulking, gigantic dude who doesn't say anything?
The thing I like with Jotaro in this episode is that while he's still very stoic, he's not a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of thought they would go there. I thought, because that's what, he was very much kind of a smug prick in Stardust Crusaders in a way. Sometimes, I mean, he wasn't evil, but he was a lot of times just like, kind of like a punk. And it just feels like now he's a little bit more matured and like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but it just seems like he's a little like Koichi's asking questions, and he's just not like, "Go away, kid." He's actually like, "Well, yeah, I think you're right."
Good grief, you're so annoying.
I mean, it's also like I feel like he's smarter now. Like he's actually going around trying to solve the thing. Like before, I feel like he would have left that kind of thing to Joseph.
Jotaro is the Obi-Wan now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. I like that he's a bit more of an adult.
Hey, DC Douglas is really super good as Kira.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The oh no part is so creepy. Also, Mean Girl.
One dude died.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, sucks for you, hippie chewed guy.
Well, hey, this middle schooler is bleeding and like has like these huge gashes in him. He looks kind of weird. We should just let him be.
Ew, he's weird. Oh, ew. Let's go talk about shoes. This is Mean Girls, the movie.
Yeah.
You know what? I would be a little more bothered by that scene if it weren't for the fact that this kid also is like a giant deformed head with spikes coming off of it, and no one really ever remarks on that.
I'm wondering what that's supposed to be or represent. Like, he doesn't actually have spikes out of his head, does he?
It's the weirdest hairstyle in the world.
No, he's just.
I didn't think he had hair. I thought those were just literally like spikes coming out of his skull.
I thought that was his head. I thought it was like a little goblin dude, like that weird alien guy from Superman. You know, from Apocalypse. Like he's super fucking ugly.
But like, if you were to make I'm pretty sure this JoJo has had live action stuff, right? Like, I don't know if this version.
Yeah, there's been a live action.
They made a part 4 live action movie.
But if you were to cast Shigeki or whatever his name is into it, like, what would he look like? Like,
you know what? I bet there's a picture of him. Let's look.
Yeah.
No, they didn't actually get that far.
Oh darn!
They would cut that.
I just wonder. Like, obviously, I think you could get around his part, like if you had to condense it into a movie. But it's just like, I don't know what he's supposed to look like. He's supposed to be human, right?
Maybe?
Well, everybody treats him that way.
Yeah, I don't know what his hair or head.
Maybe he's just a real ugly dude.
Like, maybe he's supposed to have like Down syndrome or something. I don't know, but
no, the wiki describes him as just bald with apparently he has spikes on his head.
Okay.
Sometimes it literally is exactly what it looks like.
That's weird.
But he's gone now. We know he died because we actually saw his ghost.
His ghost is screaming and breaking apart into the afterlife, and that's brutal. Like, he doesn't, like, straight up, he really did not deserve that.
I mean, when everyone else dies, they, their ghosts kind of go up and they give, the thumbs up, like, yeah, I'm okay, don't worry about me, like type of thing. He's like, no, like, damn, even his ghost can't rest in peace.
So yeah, this next fight is one of my favorites, period, actually. Like, in all of Shonen, I love it that much.
What's the name of the episode?
Upcoming Heart Attack Part 1. It's instead of Sheer Heart Attack, the album with Killer Queen on it. So, yeah, Killer Queen has a remote-controlled tank, so that's cool.
Yeah. I feel like more happened in this episode than in the 1 hour SAO thing.
Yes, it did.
Because there's so much to talk about.
Did we forget? Okuyasu brought his weird algae dad out in the broad daylight.
Oh yeah, like his weird goblin dad was there,
and nobody cared.
Well, I mean, he can't leave the guy alone. He'd be lonely.
You could probably leave him alone for a few hours.
Well, I mean, plus they got to remind the audience about him before they kill him off.
So everybody now can just see this ghost girl.
Yes, if you
stand users.
Yeah,
I think everyone actually can see her if you know where to go.
Oh,
because a bunch of other people had wandered in there.
Okay.
Anyway, Black Clover. Black Clover, episode 56. The man named Fonzel continued in this episode. More of this.
Hey guys, isn't it funny that guy's always naked?
No.
Maybe a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
No, I don't think so. Oh boy.
Oh, hey, Black Hair Girl was a good guy the whole time. Yay. Or,
double agent.
Sure.
Does anyone want to say anything about this?
Wait, what are we watching now?
Black Clover.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
they basically established that this is a guy they knew and they helped out at one point.
Yes.
And even though he does not seem to have any knowledge or specialties about curses or anything like that,
Right.
They like, let's ask him and see if he knows how to fix Asta's arms. And his fiance is actually like, oh, actually, the Witch Nation might have something.
But why don't they just tap his arms with the magic sword that cancels all magic?
Because apparently it's special magic. It doesn't.
Yeah, we talked about this. Curses are different.
Okay, whatever. But what's her face is already going to the witch magic place.
And in any case, it's a very sloppy, like, plot driver here, where it's like we need to point them in this direction to go here. Like, oh, they have to talk to this person. Oh, we have to introduce this person first. Let's do a 2-episode flashback.
Remember when he met him right at the very beginning of the show? No,
that's because it wasn't written. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you knew this, Seda, but apparently this whole character and this whole side plot is not part of the manga. It's a side story.
Right.
So that's why it's all feels so inserted.
Yeah, but this next arc is part of the manga, though, right? That's kind of weird.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying the bridge that you were talking about, like, it seems very flimsy to get back into the plot. This is why.
Well, it's not. What I'm saying is, it's not even like an anime problem. It's actually like a Black Clover problem. Or even if you're reading the manga and like, wait, who are these characters like that they introduced here? Oh, they were introduced in some side story I didn't read.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think these people ever appeared in the manga ever. Like the naked guy, I don't think is in the manga. He's like in a light novel.
So, well, in any case, it looks like this witch nation that they basically learned from naked guy's wife, fiance, might have the answer to the curse. But whatever her name is, Veronica, is that her name?
I think so.
Who is seemingly a witch. I don't know what actually classifies you as a witch, like any female wizard or what? But she's already headed there. So.
Yeah, like what is in a world where magic is everything? What is a witch?
Yeah, I don't know really. Like,
I get the impression it's like just
especially
just like it's more like a nation. Like you're Canadian, you know.
Yeah.
That's more like that.
That makes sense.
So all witches say A?
Yes.
Possibly. What's interesting to me is that what I jokingly predicted is actually coming true. It looks like the arc is going to be about her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't had an arc about her yet, so you're probably not going to have one about Gordon. Please do an arc about Gordon.
Oh, that might
God,
be a good
I would
one.
actually like that.
Gordon flashback told entirely in whisper.
Well, the current opening for the show seems to focus a lot on Veronica. Is that her name?
I don't know.
I think so. I mean, let me look.
Veronica Victoria.
Something like that.
Yeah. The opening seems to focus on her, so it's like, okay, this is going to be her arc, which I guess is slightly better than a Gauche arc. So
it's Veronica.
Okay, I was right.
Oh no, it's not. It's Vanessa.
Oh, okay.
Vanessa.
I was close. I knew I was. See, it was something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Clover is bad. Let's talk about Hunter x Hunter instead. Hunter x Hunter episode 129, Formidable Enemy and Clear Objective. In this episode, Poof he's like, all right, this is it. I'm done. She's dead. I'm gonna kill her. And everyone has to make sure that doesn't happen, so.
I like the part where he tricks her for a moment and she's like fighting with Killua while she's on his back and like pulling his hair and stuff.
Komugi is good.
Yeah, she's pretty pure, you know.
A pure, untainted cinnamon roll.
Yeah, she's unfortunately caught up in all this. It's not her fault.
She's gonna die.
She doesn't deserve this. Meanwhile, the king just wants to get back to the castle because, you know, cinnamon roll.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
He thinks.
I feel like I've forgotten my cinnamon roll.
I wonder where it could be.
And then Poof remembers about the broken Gungi board, and he's like, "Ah, shit." And he decides, I need to go get that first.
I kind of feel, and as cool as it is, seeing Godspeed is very, very cool. But it does seem a little OP to me. Like, we've been built up so much to think that these royal guards and these ants are so powerful. It's just surprising that Killua is like on their level to me.
Well, I mean, he didn't actually hurt the guy. It's just his speed is all the way up there.
Yeah.
You know, like he's kind of like that character in an RPG, and he sort of just dumped everything into agility. So
well, but on the other hand, he also created a circle around Komugi, and he's like, if you step in this circle, I'll kill you. And I kind of get the impression he could.
I don't know,
but I don't know.
Well, I mean, also that's not the entirety of poop. It's like 50% of poop.
That's true. Yeah.
There's also kind of a weird. Well, I'm not sure if this will play out or whatever, but like the aura that got Nav all shook up and aged him like 50 years. That was Pito's aura.
Yeah.
So like, when Pito gets serious or whatever, is that going to happen to anyone else? Like, or is Nav just a wimp compared to the rest of the cast?
I think Nav's a wimp, personally.
I mean, he just wasn't expecting it to be like that fucking crazy.
That also is something else that's bothering me too, is that like Gon and Pito are out walking out. Apparently they're going to some mansion or something. I don't know where they're going, but
it's where they're keeping Kite.
Did we know that, or did you spoil that?
Yeah, no, I mean that we knew that they were going to go see Kite.
Well, anyway,
because like
she's real nervous.
Yeah.
This is what's bothering me, is that she is so nervous.
Right.
It's like I don't know why.
Like Gon wants her to fix Kite.
I know that, but
I feel like now that they're, or has she like sensed that, oh man, something's wrong, he could actually wreck my shit?
Like maybe, but like again, that just goes back to what I was saying. It's like I just don't understand how they. I know this is shonen and they've gotten stronger. It just doesn't seem like they could get that strong, but maybe they can. I don't know.
But when you think about it, now that they're like miles away from Komugi, assuming he can't actually beat her in a straight one-on-one fight, she should just be like, "Hey, check this out."
Right, and then she even said as much, like a couple episodes. She was saying something like she had like an inner monologue, and she said something like, "Once this girl is healed, I can get out of here and kill him."
Mm-hmm.
That's like she thought she could just straight up kill Gon, and now she's just all sweating all the time and nervous, and it just doesn't seem like Pitou to me.
I don't remember. Yeah, now that you mention, I'm like, wait, what does he have over her now?
In general, I kind of feel like
they are holding Komugi hostage. Remember. So, she can't just sort of murder him and that's it.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, that could be it.
Like Pitou has to keep up her end of the deal.
Oh, yeah, it's like, if I don't come back in a few minutes, kill her.
That's right. Yeah, I think that must be it. Okay, I take back what I said. All right.
So, yeah, this wasn't the most packed episode of Hunter x Hunter in the world.
No. I mean, it's just sort of setting up the Gon Pitou thing, and the King and Komugi finally meeting again.
That moment when you thought he was about to just wipe UP, and then he's just like, "Well, as long as you don't lie to me."
Yeah, and you could tell he's kind of looking at Poof out the side of his eye. He's like, "Just as long as you don't lie to me."
I think it's important too, as well, to show that obviously the king has changed. Like earlier version of the king wouldn't have stood for UP's behavior.
He was just like, "You talked out of turn."
Yeah, you just would have killed him instantly. Now he's like obviously somehow more human than he was, or he's connecting with his human side. I did like his little speech too about like he was talking about like our goal is to evolve, and humans are just a stepping stone to to get us to our next level of evolution and all this stuff. But I think he's also saying that, but then at the same time internally he's starting to come to grips with what it is to be a human and feelings and things like that. He's turning into a more complicated character than he started out as.
Right.
So, shall we finish off the night with Naruto Shippuden?
Wait, we watched that?
Yes, I did. Naruto Shippuden, episode 236. Friends you can count on. It's another filler episode. It's about Shino this time. In this episode, Shino gets his ass kicked, so he has to learn how to not get his ass kicked.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat a Jonin somehow. Look, dude, I guess when you're from the Waterfall Village, it's like, hey, man.
You're kind of trash.
Anyone can be a Jonin. We really need them.
I mean, all our guys are dead, you know. Help it. Wait, aren't those the same guys that, like, when you're a kid and, you know, you want to graduate ninja school, you have to, like, murder all your classmates?
No, that was the Mist Village was emphasis.
Yeah, I mean, wow, that place was fucked up.
Yeah, it was.
Like you'd think, oh, we want a lot of ninjas. It's like, no, we just want the motherfucker who got lucky enough and killed the last person. Because, like, thinking about that, you could have one guy that's, like, strong enough to kill almost everyone, and then by the time he gets to the last guy, he's just exhausted, and then just gets murked. And then they're stuck with, you know, shitty kid.
I forget everything else from the episode, so.
There were bugs. Well, I mean, it's a Shino episode, so there was going to be bugs.
Yeah, needless to say, there are bugs in it, but that's the thing you come up with.
I don't remember. I used all my brain cells watching SAO.
Let's talk about Fluck Lights.
Fluck Lights!
Like, is that an actual thing?
No,
like, Fluck Lights aren't a thing, right?
No.
I mean, no. I mean,
well, no. I mean, it's like it's not a thing that he took and then sort of, you know, made up a bunch of crap.
Okay, everybody, just pretend that Fluck Lights are real, so that Dub thinks they're real.
Oh shit.
No. Although I will say that this Flux Light thing does remind me of something from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah.
And I'll just throw this out there: the reason that the transporters are able to transport human beings and that doesn't kill them is because apparently if you transport every subatomic particle in a person exactly as it was, everything is maintained in their brain, so they keep all their memories and identity. So Fluck Lights are kind of like that, I guess.
Except that makes more sense. Like Fluck Light is.
Well, the thing is, in general, memory is one of those things that is very vaguely understood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does our biology like lead to our memory? And so basically, the SAO author is just like, let's have fun with that and make it up.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have just done what Star Trek did and said, like, oh, you know, this machine can scan your cerebellum or your brain and then like reproduce electronically every neuron as a pattern, and then I've created a version of you that can exist in this virtual world. But instead he comes up with this, like, there's a light inside every cell. That's your soul. What did they call it? The soul system or the soul sucker?
The soul sucker.
It was something like that. It was something like the soul something.
The Soul Reaper.
He even gave it like an acronym, like the Soul something or SO.
Yeah.
Or I forget what the letters were.
I need to know this now.
Oh, man. What is this? I need to know it.
I don't know, but yeah, he was just like, oh yeah, this Soul thing or the SO whatever for short is blah 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 blah. Fuck light.
It's so stupid.
So.
All right, here we go. I'm real close to it. It's called the Soul Translator.
Didn't he say Soul Translator? But didn't he say it was?
Yeah.
Didn't
he said that it was abbreviated the STL.
Oh, STL.
Oh, the STL.
Translator. What?
Yes. Wait, how is it STL? Oh, Soul
Translator.
Okay, yeah.
Translate is always
TL, right.
Yeah. So.
Okay, right. Yeah,
Right,
I'm just
wait, okay.
wait, STL, DTL.
So what you're saying is they're going to make Yui real.
Yes.
Oh, good. All right,
So
here we go.
How does Yui exist now? She's
in the cyber.
She's like, but
Yeah,
they have like the device that can like talk to her from anywhere.
She's in like a
They gave her
phone
like a
or something.
webcam. Yeah.
She's like on her. They could probably talk to her on their cell phones.
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
The Soul Translator is a 4th generation full dive machine invented by somebody.
Wrath.
Anyway, by the way, Wrath is spelled with an R. That's weird. Anyway, unlike its predecessors, the machine connects to a human Flucklight consciousness or soul instead of the brain.
Woo.
Wait, can you find out about the 3rd generation machines?
I assume 3rd generation is like GGO.
Yeah, that's what they use. Yeah, in GGO.
Okay, then what was 2.0?
The one where they're all fairies.
Alpine. No, wait, that's the first one.
No, they used the first ones for that.
It doesn't matter.
I am curious. I want to know what other death games we've missed. Apparently there was a movie, but none of you want to watch it.
No, I don't need to see. I don't need to see Austin's nipple that badly.
Wait, what?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Every season with this show, even in the movie.
Hey man, it's the movie.
If you can't,
you gotta go big and go big for the movie or go home.
You gotta show the nips.
It really sucks that we have like lead characters here that are already in a relationship, which is something that you rarely see.
Yeah,
it has to be SAO of all things.
I know.
Like it'd be interesting to have characters that are in a relationship in a show.
And to the show's credit, I feel like the Kirito Asuna relationship is good. Like it feels natural. They do feel like a couple.
Except I can track your heartbeat on myself.
You know what? Oh wait, you know what though?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
gonna throw this out here. I don't think anyone realized this, but did you know that if you own an Apple Watch and you know someone else who owns an Apple Watch, you can do exactly the same thing?
Well, yeah, but you got to give them like a password or something, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sure you would, but I'm just saying that whole technology exists.
Well, I mean, it's kind of different because he can take off the Apple Watch.
Well, Kirito actually said he made that app for her.
Yeah, and also, oh god, I forgot about this. He said as part of this thing for Wrath, he had to have something implanted into him to monitor him.
Into his heart.
Another thing that he's just willing to do, apparently.
Yeah, cut me open, Doc. Just cut my chest open, crack my ribs, and put a little machine next to my heart. Well, I'm sure it's not going to be a bomb or anything. Oh, I just occurred to me. That thing's totally going to be a bomb, isn't it? They're going to try and kill him with it. Wrath is death gun.
I can't wait to see the incredible, stupid shit that this series trots out. Because episode 1 was already just so good.
It was Chef's Kiss. I'm already at Chef's Kiss tier. Like, I can't.
Going back to the very beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Why do they make ice the thing that they're searching for? That seems like.
Hey, we could have picnics better if we had ice.
Yeah, food would last longer. Yeah.
Well, what, did it live by a volcano or something?
No, it's just like they're just again, it's weird. It's like they live in this fantasy like medieval world where
they had ice
refrigerators don't exist. They don't know what that is.
Yeah, I sort of understand like they're children and they're supposed to be a little bit naive and maybe not make sense, but it just kind of feels like let's go get ice. And it felt like it took them a while to walk there. Like, wouldn't a lot of the ice melt on the way back? Like, it feels like the productivity of doing this is not very high. Like, you're not getting a lot out of it, even if it worked.
Exactly. And it's kind of like, haven't they like done ice boxes or anything yet?
Well, okay,
I know they had that.
She had a cellar.
Well, okay, there was a moment in the show though where Kirito came up with the idea, and it was like revolutionary. Like it was treated like, oh, if we had ice, we could pack it and create a way to keep food fresh. And it's like nobody in the world had ever thought of that before. I think that's just part of the lore of this world, where it's like nobody had thought of refrigeration yet. It doesn't exist.
Well, I mean, they know ice makes things cool, and apparently they've done it before.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, no, I don't think they have done it before. That's what I'm saying. I don't think anyone had thought to do it until now.
So they're all idiots then.
Well, they're just medieval.
Well, they're
not dumb. They're just
boxes.
it's like if they don't have computers yet either.
Well, I mean, they had ice boxes in medieval times.
I don't know. Did they?
I think so.
I don't know.
I mean,
I think they had salted pork, but I don't think they had refrigeration.
They're in a big enough town.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's the whole point. Is that it's like
look this up. Yeah,
they're
yeah.
They're trying to be like smart about this and be like, oh, we can help the whole town if we had this. I don't know why I'm going out of my way to defend this. I'm just saying.
No. 1780 BC, is the first ice box.
So that's way before medieval times.
Yeah. Apparently, they build like these big structures.
Yeah, but that's medieval times Earth. This is like fantasy Dragonland. I don't know.
You said 780 BC. That is way before medieval times. That's like 1,000 some years.
Hey, man. I'm sure this fantasy underworld is going on the Christ calendar.
This is underworld. This isn't Earth.
Right. Well, I mean, Rome had it in the 3rd century AD. They got snow, and then they put it in these pits covered in straw, and then they sold it.
If this whole show is going to be a Alice in Wonderland metaphor, are we going to get things like the Cheshire Cat?
Don't think they didn't actually think about that deeply, dude.
Okay.
Wait, how can you do Alice in Wonderland and not get like the Cheshire Cat and like the Queen of Hearts?
They didn't think about it that deeply.
But what? I was looking forward to that. I was gonna save it.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna end it here by saying this. I'm gonna put a quiz out for you guys, or a test here or whatever. So, who here thinks that Alice, the character in this, is a real person? Do you think she's a real person, or do you think she's just a construct?
Either way, she's gonna join the harem.
I think she's an AI.
Say that.
Everyone's AIs.
I feel like it doesn't matter.
Well, no, of course it doesn't matter.
That's the correct.
We just want you to make a choice so that when this show gets along, we can find out who was right and wrong.
I feel like one of them will be real, and then they'll realize, like, oh, my brother or Alice and Yu-Gi-Oh are not brother and sister, are they? They just have similar hair.
They can't tell.
No. Like technically, the blonde guy's brother is Kirito.
No, I think I made that up in my head. I was like, I think I saw the art, and I assumed they were siblings, but I don't think they are. Anyways, I could see a twist being that one of them is actually real.
Okay, yeah. I think they're both real.
I think they basically this is basically a Tron Legacy thing where somebody has accidentally created virtual life.
Oh, interesting. So Alice is a construct.
Alice isn't actually fully sentient, but completely virtual construct.
Star Ocean 3.
Yay! Honestly, I think that is what it is.
Sayada, you sure have played a lot of JRPGs.
In Star Ocean 3, they basically treat it where like there's a virtual world and a real world, and they're basically just like they're just as real as each other. They're just separated by a dimension. So yeah.
I always like that Seda always has a like JRPG like hey, this is just like X.
Star Ocean's not even that niche.
No, it's not. Even I played that.
Star Ocean is definitely Star Ocean is niche,
and that twist is infamous.
I've never heard that before, but that's cool.
Basically, the only time I hear about Star Ocean is people saying, "Hey, Lindley sucks."
Is she the one that goes, "Okay"?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, that's I'm calling it. I have to go to bed.
All right.
Thank you, Seda.
Yep.
Thank you, C. Kohler.
No problem.
Thank you, B-Dubs.
Okay.
We'll see you guys next week for episode 138. Good night, everyone.
Also more Fluck Lights.
Fluck Lights! Somebody's going to accidentally call it a flashlight eventually.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Good night, everyone.